Hello everybody, welcome back to Space Engineers. I'm going to start off by showing off this creation, this concept that I made. It's just a basic arm, and as you can see it has two segments, and one of them is controlled by WASD and one is controlled by just your mouse. And basically the idea is that there's no script involved in this. This is just purely the blocks that are in the game. As you can see, I can control both at the same time, yeah, no problem. So the bottom one's WSD, it's a little fast, but it works. So you can see, I can try to grab this cube at that angle. Right, there we go, I've grabbed the cube now. I can pick it up, grab it, carry it anywhere. And then I can drop it with just my mouse, because I've used the welder to like grab the input of the welder. And yeah, all done vanilla, no scripts included. This is done with just 4 event controllers. This one is for grabbing, and basically I take the inputs of the thrusters and then I apply them to the rotor and the hinge. It's really simple when you really think about it, because it's literally just that whenever the thruster input is detected, for example, for forwards, right? For forwards, it turns on the hinge and it also sets the hinge to go to 90 degrees. And then whenever the input isn't detected, then it just turns off, which causes it to freeze in the spot, right? Like this. And for the rotor, it's the same thing, but it's just instead of setting the angle, you go set the velocity, right? And yeah, the same thing. Whenever you're not pressing, you turn off the rotor. Whenever you are pressing, you turn it back on. And of course, the rotor needs to have the braking torque increased. Now that I have explained how it works, I'm gonna show it step by step. So of course we need a seat. We're gonna need a battery, right? And then we're gonna need thrusters. Honestly, the best ones are probably the small atmospherics, unless you want to use this in space. I don't know if this works in space, so I'm just gonna use ions. If you use this in creative, then I guess ions are fine. They are a little bit bigger, and also in survival they're more expensive, right? But I don't know if... I mean, I'm not gonna use this, what I'm making here, at all, actually. So you gotta get these thrusters in every direction. Then you gotta name them so that you know which one's which, because they don't show this in the menu for the event controller. And then you do you name them all, right? Then you add event controllers. I like to add them one by one so that I can name them immediately, so I don't get confused, right? So this one's gonna be for forward, so this is gonna be F. And then this one's gonna be for backward, so this one's gonna be it's gonna be B. And so on and so on. This one's gonna be R. So in the event controller now, you need to set up every single one. This is kind of a time-consuming process. You need to find the thrust. You need to do that for every single one. Once you do this, you set this. I think this needs to go a little bit higher, but I don't know for sure. So I'm not gonna. Haven't tested this actually. Just gonna set it a little bit above 0, and then you add to event controller L, you add ion thruster L, to F, to BB, and so on. And now that you've got this set up, you can get the arm. I'm gonna just place it here. This is gonna be very compact. So I'm gonna use a rotor and a hinge so that I don't need to, like, you know, but this would work with 2 rotors, of course, no problem. And yeah, just do a stick like so. And so now you've got to set these, give these some braking torque, and then yeah, just do this. You go event controller R. So R and L will be the horizontal, so for the rotor. And they're gonna be controlling the rotor. So the rotor R is gonna be set velocity 30, let's say. And then whenever in the second slot we turn it off. And then if you hold control and number 2, you get another toolbar, because these are you've got a bunch of toolbars for the event controller. And you can set here to turn it on. So on the left you've got whenever it's thrusting, and on the right whenever it's not thrusting, right? And so now if we go ahead and test this, you can see that whenever I press D, I mean, whenever I go right, the thruster thrusts and the rotor starts rotating, and whenever I let go, it stops. So now we've got to do this for every single one, right? So now for L, we do rotor the opposite, so set velocity minus 30, and the rest is the same, so just turn it off whenever you're not pressing and turn it on whenever you are pressing. Yep, now I can control this back and forth. And now up and down, so just forward, right, it's gonna be up. So in case of the hinge, I think you can also just set the velocity. I used go to angle, but this is, I think, faster, right? So if I do this, just gonna go there. Perhaps this is a little too fast, but I guess you can adjust that on your own, right? And then whenever it's off, yeah, the same thing as with the rotor. Turn it on in the second toolbar, and yeah, now I can't control it because it already went. So now we do the other one, the backwards, so our S button, and hinge, and you just set the opposite velocity like this and turn it off whenever you're not pressing. Yep. And yeah, you got it. So as showed before, this is probably best used in combination with the custom turret controller, right? Because otherwise, I don't think that this is worth using instead of a custom turret controller, right? You can combine it with this so that you have more control over multiple joints, right? If you, for example, want an excavator or an arm like this is perfect for this kind of purpose. I'm going to get back to making this mech. See ya.